corpus natum de Maria Virgine, vere passum immolatum in cruce pro homine.
The 12th of June 2025, and I've come out to Abbey Wood in London to visit a place that until a few days ago I didn't even know existed. There's the foundations of an old abbey. Now I don't really know how to pronounce it. I haven't found out any answers, but it's spelled L-E-S-N-E-S. I'm going to call it Lesnes, and if anybody knows any different, then you can whistle. So starting off on the route, I've come down to the Abbey fish pond, and as you can see, it's been locked off with Harris fencing because somebody has destroyed the wooden lookout point, and indeed the fish pond itself is entirely overgrown with weeds and stagnant. And here we see the Abbey pond in all its glory. Isn't that wonderful? An original plastic drinking vessel there, which is, I would imagine, probably from the 15th century, and of course had a ritual use. It also continues down in that direction. That's the pond, not the mug, because that would be a big mug. Nearby, this monk was turned into wood by Christian Medusa, possibly. You know what they say about big hands? Oh, the irony of celibacy. Oh wow, this place is amazing. I thought it was just foundations, but there's proper walls and everything, and doors and lancets. This is great. I'm going to enjoy this one. A mulberry tree, descended from one probably gifted by James I. Tree now very leany. Tree propped up. Tree not to climb on. Grilled section there. Not to stop people falling in, but they're almost certainly oubliettes that were used by the monks to trap wayfarers and then watch them die and then eat them. That is something that monks did, and they bloody well did do it, and you don't know and I do. There we are, you see down there the bones of past prisoners. Well, the monks are called heretics, but we would just call people who had a bad day. And viewed round from the other side, this goes down a slope. This was the monks' underground car park. All the vehicles they had were powered by the power of prayer. All their vehicles look like crucifixes, crucifixums, and this is the little gate they went through to roll in brambles afterwards. You know, this whole thing about suffering, they liked all that. And a little gate down there for a dog. Some lads just walked past kicking a football, and I heard one of them say it's a castle in it, and the one of them saw the bars and said it's a dungeon. So, you know, I'm not wrong, am I? Hey, let's go into one of these big rooms. This is what I'm seeing right now, but I'm seeing it in 3D and with more than just a screen, which is what you're seeing it on. Unless you're watching this in 100 years' time, when things are improved so much that you can be there. Repaired 1956 to 9. So this is the monks repaired, whatever that means. Fireplace. And see the original old tiles down there. That's nice, isn't it? So this might be the chapter house. It's been a long time since I did any homework about monks and abbeys and stuff. But I think, well, it's called the warming room was another one. Well, the warming room had a fireplace in it. It was small. There's only meant to be one room in an abbey that was heated. This is too big for a warming room, surely. Yeah, it's got to be a chapter house. Look, there's steps and stuff going out the window. Steps and stuff going up, so there would be... Or was it a dining hall? I don't know. I haven't got any info on this place. I don't even know how it's pronounced. So will you stop judging the standard of my commentary? I've had enough of this behaviour from YouTube viewers. That's a monk's bone there. Finger bone, probably. More stuff going on. So this is repaired 1955. Look, I don't want to know when these things were fixed. I want to know what rooms they were. Maybe they don't know. Maybe this is such a weird place that no one's ever worked out the rooms. Maybe these weren't pillars at all, but they're a sequence of special buttons where if the monks jumped to them in a certain sequence, it would open up a portal to hell. Might not be true, but it's an interesting theory, isn't it? Oh, here we are. Oh, this is the undercroft of the daughter. Okay. Now, for those who don't know, this is basically, it's a cellar underneath the bedrooms. That's what it means. And actually, something that's true then. Let's go down these steps over here. There's a fireplace again from a different angle. Go down these steps again. And see, a bumblebee. That's a bumblebee there. So, we do nature as well. All kinds of shit when I'm doing these. And it started to rain as well, which is absolutely effing lovely. There we are. So I've come down into this room here. And this room was a room. Was that a fireplace? Shouldn't be so many fires in an abbey. Obviously, lancet window there. Slit loop. That's for the monks so they can fire out arrows at, I don't know, what do they call them? Non-believers. Right, well that was interesting, wasn't it? Glad you like that room. You may want to grade these ones out of 10 and write it down on a piece of paper, and when you finish watching the video, throw it away. So I've walked back up the undercrofty bit, steps and stuff. It was also repaired in the 50s. Stairs to dormitory. So if I went up these stairs here, and if the stairs carried on up there, above me, up there, stuff, then I would have ended up being where the monks slept. So the monks slept up here in this area. There, the monks sleep in there and there, and well, unless of course they're insomniacs or weren't sleeping. It says there, doorway to infirmary. So that door went out, so the infirmary was there. Basically this is the door out. It was just outside. Anybody was ill, chuck them out, leave them to perish. And the harsh South London weather. And I'm at the cloister now. Even I can tell that. Carry on walking down these steps. There's nice, the doors and stuff and the windows and the big burning bush over there. Brought forth juniper berries. So I'm now walking around the cloister. There was a time I remembered the order in which all the rooms went around a church cloister, an abbey cloister, but I've forgotten it now. Pulpit. That's where they dumped all the poles. Refectory. Okay, so this is basically monk cafe area here. Alright. Come down over here. Serving hatch. They had a serving hatch. Ding ding. No, order number 7. Ward number 666. Brother Lucifer, you must leave this abbey. Oh. That's nice, isn't it? Little serving Acts 3 there, so they can shove the food through and not have a look at anyone. Very antisocial people. We're now down fundamentally to the bedrock of the earth. This is actually the earth's mantle that we're looking at here. Very deep underground. The air pressure is intense. But if you don't want to get imploded, then you just stand up here and you're higher up and nothing happens to you. I know this. It's all true. Other side of ye old serving hatch, and I now find myself in the kitchen, which had the most basic of elements, basically grass and weeds, because monks like them. So this is the west range, what remains of it. I have no idea what these two little rooms are, because there's no signs up telling me. I think this may have been a budget bedroom. Let's walk over this wall. Hey, that was good, wasn't it? And this bit here, I mean, we're looking at this, and then there's like a drain channel going down there. Now, this was either going to be something to do with a kitchen, water flow or something, or it could just be a place to have a dump. Although it does appear to run uphill. So you would need a very strong powered piss to go up. Then if you're having a dump, it's got to be deeply explosive to get from there up to there. I think maybe it wasn't a toilet after all. Scrub that bit. There's the earth's mantle again. Is this a bricked up window, or is it a seat in the cloister? Answers on a postcard. Please send them to Swap Shop, BBC Television Centre, Wood Lane, London, Oh God, I can't remember what the postcode is, but it's 018118055. Right. So walking up here, another corner of the cloister there. Look at this door, that's nice, isn't it? This is all made of white chocolate, and if it gets any hotter it's going to melt and it's all going to cave in on top, and it might kill people. They're nice. Right, so out again, top of the West Range. Holes there. These are monk peepholes. They were inspired by Chuck Berry. Basically, there were toilets here, and the monks would have a look through and video people having a poo. This is genuine. There's two ladies over there who, they're basically monk groupies. They just wait around for the monks to come back and see if they can hang around with them a bit and get a notch on the bedpost. Very unsuccessful with most monks. Cloisters, well, I knew that. It's because it's a big square thing. Ooh, the size of those buttresses. As if you care. So clearly coming now up to the church itself. Yeah, so this will be the north transept. There could be chapels here. Who are the chapels for? We don't know. See, north transept, I knew that. I got directions, everything. So there's chapel there. There's another chapel here, but this one's got more information on it. The burial was a burial place. Ah, brilliant. Skelligog in there. The burial place of the heart of Rosia of Dover, great-great-granddaughter of the founder of this abbey, Richard de Lucy. His name was Lucy. And that's fine. Someone probably buried there. Might not be, but there probably are. I think I can see a cross in there. There would have been a brass cross shit in there at some point. Doopy doop. Right. Let's go into the main part of the church. Here we are. I can hear a drone somewhere, but I can't see anything. Hope it's not Russian. So there's the high altar. And that's where it was there. So if you had clothes that didn't fit you, you'd bring them in here and they'd alter them for you. Unknown fact that monks were extremely adept with a needle and a thread. What's down here? Oh, it's a deep down bit there. It's probably a cold plunge pool that the monks would have. Basically, the slaves would sort of like wipe them clean with a strigil, and then they'd go into the plunge pool here. It's all heated by a hypercaust elsewhere. So we are looking down the church. You can almost see it standing, can't you? So I've crossed into the south transept. I'm now standing in the Lady Chapel, which is now overgrown, which should make this a lady garden. You see what I did there? Oh, I'm so funny. Now I'm standing in the nave. Oh, a dead person there. So many dead people around here. Why did everyone die here? Just looking down to the west. Yeah, the west there. That's west over that side, and east over that side, because that's pointing towards Jesus country. All of these were not pillars, they were individual pole dancing podiums. It wasn't done most of the time, of course, because the monks were quite religious, but on one day of the year, it called it Pole Day, which is forgotten in the modern calendar. The monks would be secretly training all year, and they'd open up the church to the local people, and they'd come in here to paid devotions and things like that, and there'd be monks here. There would be monks pole dancing all the way along here. It would be to Gregorian chant, obviously. I mean, I'm not going to be stupid and say it was, some music and the way we'd understand it. But boy, could they could gain some money by shaking their booty. They all did it, even the abbot. Although the abbot actually do it standing on the altar up there. That's the door. I just sat there at the cafe for a few hours. The cafe is run by dead monks, and they serve you monk stuff. So this is the monk, as you see here, the monk's garden, and it's an absolute riot of colour with all sorts of amazing plants that you can't see because you don't believe in Jesus. Now this bit's more fun. This is the monk's tropical garden, where they used to grow all the exotic fruits that they'd have inside the abbey, such as mangoes and pineapple, guavas, passion fruits, general sort of like monks' vegetarian fruit stuff, and these things as well, which are less interesting. So these are nice, aren't they? Look, they're not real. I'd say it smells lovely in here, but actually it doesn't smell of anything. So I'm not going to say that. I didn't say that. There's a very exciting maze coming up. Ooh, can you find your way out of the monk's maze? Which direction should you go to get through? Should I go this way? I'll go this way. Oh no, it's a dead end. Didn't see that coming. Alright, well I'll take this way. Oh no, this is also a dead end. Is there any way out of this fiendishly difficult maze? Oh no, that's the way I came in. Maybe that's what it means. Oh no, this is the way out. One has to be a genius to work out these things. Alright, I'll do serious stuff. So, founded 1178 by Richard de Lucy, who was involved with the assassination of Thomas à Becket, and it's thought he built this abbey as a penance for doing it. He was like second in command to the king, and it was dissolved in 1525 before the dissolution of the monasteries, because it had, I think, less than 7 canons here at the time. It's the canons for defence, obviously. Speaking of dead canons, this is where they're all buried along here. Now, I do have a map in front of me, so I'm going to walk you very quickly through the ruins here. Church, I mean, we know that that's church, churchy bit, church cloister there. That's the sacristy where they kept books and holy shit. That's a chapter house, and of course you can see that by the benches around the outside, can't you? Should have thought of that. Just over here is where the passage was, and the infirmary, which has now gone. The abbot's lodging was over there, but it's not there anymore. So this is looking over the dormitory, and there's the cellar underneath it. We look up the cloister on that side, and we got the refectory and the kitchens up the top, and the brew house up there, and the place for pool was over there. And that's all I want to tell you about it. I don't want to speak about it anymore. Stop looking at it. And a final shot. From here you can see just how far the monks, who were Augustinian by the way, and apparently they were quite naughty. They did a lot of stuff outside the church's rules and got in trouble for it. You see how far outside London they built the abbey, which made it very difficult to go and see West End shows. That's London. Well, I hope you all enjoyed my extremely informative, detailed historical video of Lesnes Abbey, and I believe that is the way it is pronounced. This is GuildfordGhost signing off, and I'd say I'll see you next time, but I won't see you because you're watching a video.